Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be for the female rapper, Saweetie. Before I begin, let me shuffle all three decks so I don't have to throughout the reading. Alright, well that's interesting. Let's see what this is about. So she has choices. She's working on projects. She's trying to get her energies aligned. And this is kind of like a collision sort of energy. I know this is a fusion, so it's about bringing things together. But this isn't actually what's going on. It's actually a separation. So she's getting rid of sort of like dead weight in her life. So this has to do with like family, friends. You know, she's going on a sort of cleanse. So that's cool. Also, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the video. This is showing though that she has a male figure in her life that's deceitful, that's always promising things and telling her shit basically. That's not true. You know, like he can't show proof. You know, he can't sort of like do what he's promising and saying. And it's like intuitively, she knows, sorry for my chair making a lot of noise, but intuitively she feels like she needs to separate from this guy. You know, she understands that like a phase change need to happen, but it's like she's waiting on something. I don't know what this could be about. It's like, I don't know if she's trying to be more independent or what, because I know like everyone thinks she's successful and all, but it's like she hasn't reached her full potential yet, and she's aware of that, you know? So it's kind of like she's still dependent on someone or something. You know, this is also showing a lot of uncertainty in her life, in her situation. You know what I mean? I'm also seeing a lot of like a lack mindset that she's in. So yeah, fascinating. So that's gonna be this is gonna be interesting to look into. Time to shuffle the next deck. I have to shuffle this deck a particular way because I don't want the paint to fall out. I said fall out. I don't want it to scrape off, because this deck looks ashy when it gets really sort of like scratched up. I've seen other people's readings using this deck, and I guess they shuffle so much that it just looks all scraped up and ashy. It's fucked up. Also, sorry for getting me, I'm a little bit out of it today. I have stuff on my mind. So let's see. Yeah, she feels trapped. You know, she's feeling trapped because of a guy. This is showing me though that she's trying to like reverse what's going on. So instead of her feeling trapped, she's trying to make him feel trapped. Like trying to make him feel bothered. I'm getting energy though that she's not successful with it. You see, she's not successful with it because I guess she still cares about this guy. And she's trying to be like, you know, this is just like the reference I'm going to use, but she's trying to be like a boss bitch. But I'm getting that she's really insecure. And she has a lot of trauma that she hasn't healed from. So that's fascinating. You know, it's kind of just like when you're trying to be something I guess you're not. Like, yeah, she's a beautiful lady and, you know, she's successful, I suppose. But, you know, inwardly, she has things that she needs to work on. You know, she's a person, so we all have, I guess, you know, things that's not 100% right or legit or whatever you would call it. Alright. Now it's time for the last deck. Alright, perfect. So let's see what's going on. Also, I'm going to be using 3 cards for the header. So she has a lot of shit on her mind. You know, this has to do with emotions. Sort of like things that didn't go well in the past. You know, it's affecting her abundance in the present. So it's like, she likes a guy, but this is interesting. This guy that she likes, it's like they're in 2 different worlds. So it's like they both like each other, but she doesn't feel like they can actually become a thing. So that's interesting. This is showing that she's still trying to rehash things with a past person. You know what I mean? Because usually, like with a wildfire, it sort of makes room for the new. But with these 2 little plants are showing, sorry for all the noise. I tell you, every time I do these readings, it's very loud. I was just like doing other shit and it was like no noise whatsoever. So I'm gonna wait for it to go by, I guess. I think it's gone enough. So what this is showing is that like these 2 plants is showing me like a relationship. So it's like, yeah, things in her life has changed to make room for the new, but she's still focused on past shit, on a past person. So let's see what's going on with that past person. It's a contradiction. It's definitely a contradiction. Because it's like, yeah, it's showing that she's going that way, so she's not going back to that dude. But I'm getting it's kind of like a thing where one minute she's messing with this guy, then the next minute she's not messing with this dude. So that's funny. Let's look deeper into that. What's going on there? Yeah, it has to do with her being a celebrity. So it's kind of just like, for whatever reason, she feels like she needs this dude to sort of sustain herself. Again, with that lack mentality that came up earlier. So that's interesting. Let's look deeper into that. So this can go a few ways. You know what I mean? This definitely could go a few ways. Because, you know, there is a such thing as an abortion and shit like that, you know? So it's like either she's been pregnant by this guy or she's currently pregnant with this dude. Or she wants to collab with this guy because this guy has connections she feels like she can sort of enhance herself off of. So that's what's going on with that. Let's see what's going on with this secret admirer person. So yeah, this guy, he's in a good position. He's in a good standing. Like, he's not a bum. But the thing with this crystallization is that, again, it's kind of like, I was talking about they couldn't be together for whatever reason. And this kind of confirms that energy with that sort of like hardening of like the liquid and shit. It's kind of like, yeah, they both like each other. But like, how do I phrase this? Yeah, they both like each other. But they can't allow their emotions to sort of like freely run. You know what I mean? Like how it's trapped here in a cup and then it's like being made hard and shit. So it's like, yeah, it's nothing going on there. Let's look deeper. Yeah, this is about like healthy eating habits and all that. But she sees it as kind of like a social suicide or like a suicide for her career. I don't even know with me saying that word how it's gonna like pan out with the algorithm. but yeah, she sees the situation as kind of like bad for her image. You know, wouldn't be good for her, the health of her image. So let's see what's going on there. She has a lot of shit on her mind. Excuse me. Again, she still has like this old dude on her mind. You know, this old school is symbolic of, you know, like a past relationship At least that's how I'm reading it at the moment. You know what I mean? Tarot is fluid. So if you always read these cards as exactly what they mean and you don't feel the energy and like, you know what I mean, be tuned in, your shit's gonna be still and stagnant. So that's why, you know, I do what I do. But this is showing she still has a past guy on her mind. Let's look into that. What's going on there? Yeah, it's kind of like, it's funny because like, not only am I reading the cards and stuff, but I'm like picking up the energies. It's like she has resentment. Like, she resents that she even has to talk to other guys, or she has to, like I said earlier, like she's trying to be like a boss bitch. Like, she's not about that life. Which is funny. Sorry for my chair making so much noise, but yeah, this is showing like she's not about that life. So when this guy pushes her to like become that way, because in her mind she feels like being this type of like, I don't know what you would call it, but like basically acting out that character of being a boss bitch and all that, she feels like that's what's required of her in order to sort of like have things go a particular way. Which is like silly, but that's the energy she's on. But she has resentment that she has to do that. You know, she also has resentment for this guy because this guy, I guess, is dating or messing around with a lot of females. So it's like, I don't know, I'm getting energies like this Saweetie lady is very immature, which is very fascinating. Let's look deeper into that. What's going on there? Yeah, this is showing me her coping mechanism is being triggered by sort of like this guy, like the way she copes, because this has to do with having a lot of sexual partners, like if you watch my readings. So it applies here for sure. This is the energy I'm picking up. It's kind of like this guy, he's messing with a lot of females doing his thing, and so then this triggers her to basically do her her situation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I want to use the actual language, you know, but I'm not going to use a particular language. I got to keep it professional. But yeah, it's triggering her to become like crazy as well. So she's like in a cycle of pain is what I'm picking up. Let's look deeper into that. What's going on? Reductionism. Yeah, it's like she's reducing herself. That's the energy I'm picking up. It's like she's not inspecting like her mind and sort of like her health and what's good for her. You know what I mean? Because it's like looking within, focusing within. You know what I mean? Instead, she's looking at things that's outside herself. And it's like she's trying to force the hand of justice or karma. Excuse me, I gotta clear my throat. I don't know if it's because it was raining and then it was like, I don't know, it was like ice cold last night. So excuse me. But yeah, she's basically trying to force the hand of karma. Like I said, by that whole boss bitch situation. She's like, you know, trying to act a certain way to cause a particular result. But I mean, it's just not working. This is fascinating though. I'm not gonna lie, after I cleared my throat and all that, I don't even know what slot this was for. I'm all fucked up right now. So let's see. Where would this have been? I'm guessing it was here. I'm just gonna assume if it wasn't, my apology. Let's continue with the reading. Let's see. We already know this secret admirer situation is just dead, so there's no point to even look there. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it's like these people. This is like a karmic tie. Like karmic has so many like meanings to it, but this is what this situation is. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they're both trapped in each other's gravity. So this is interesting. This is showing me though, with this 6 here, this guy, he's really devious. Like, he knows how this lady feels, but I'm picking up the energies like he's a bastard. Like, he's just an asshole. So let's look deeper on this side. Again, what was I telling you? You know what I mean? It's like, obviously she has an addiction to this dude. And if you look at this dude, you know what I mean? He think he's bad and all that. He has little double horns and his tattoo, and you know, he's trying to pose like he's bad or something. So it's like confirming what I was saying. Like, this guy, he's an asshole, you know? So that's funny. Let's look here. She's gonna have judgment on herself. Which is funny, because I was talking about, like, yeah, her mind isn't clear, you know. Yeah, she's having all these different sexual partners to try to get back at this dude. Yeah, she keeps focusing on this past relationship, but it's like she's just hurting herself. So what's going to end up happening is that she's just going to have judgment for herself. Like, if you look at these statues, you know what I mean, it's kind of like almost the devil card, with this sort of like these people being bound and shit, you know what I mean, like cuffed around the neck. So it's like she's just trapping herself. So I mean, this airplane is really loud. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull cards for each slot, and then we're just gonna call it done. So let's see what's going on with this slot. Yeah, it's asking her to stop being dumb, you know. I know it's like whole me saying that, but it's what it is. It's like telling her, it's just like, look, lady, you need to think. You need to think. You need to ask yourself, like, what's going on? You know, this is the Hermit card, so it's like looking within. You know, this 9 is symbolic as well of like a chapter being closed or almost being closed. And it's like the reason why it's not fully closed at a 10, because, you know, she's not asking the proper questions to herself. You know, she's not thinking straight. Like I said, she's very immature. You know, she needs some wisdom. Let's see what's going on with this secret admirer and all that situation. That's not going to be. This is very interesting. You know what I mean? Because it's like, this situation probably isn't good now, but something could come from it later on. So y'all was talking about, like, this seems like it's dead and all that, but with this Empress being here, it's definitely showing me that they can actually establish something. But the thing that's that catches my eye is this 3. 3 is symbolic for me, like the majority of the time, of things not being balanced. This is the most ghetto situation ever. With the helicopter. But anyway, with this 3 symbolizes is things not being balanced. This is conflict, you know. So it's like, if she, you know, her instincts with this dude, you know, it's right on track. Like, yeah, they both like each other, but you know, and it's not that you can't be from 2 different worlds and you can't make things happen and things can't be right, but it's just, you know, sometimes that stuff, you know, works out perfectly. You know, you can do everything and anything for the most part if it's right for you, but this situation just won't be right. And what it's showing me is, it's like she'll just be left with a baby. She'll be left with a baby. She'll be left with her emotions. You know what I mean? She'll be left with sort of like a split with her abundance. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like her being with this guy would be so reckless that it will cause a division with the abundance that she would have had if she didn't mess with this guy. So that's interesting. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah, so again, she's still trying to like mess with whoever this guy is. I don't know her story, I don't follow her, but this is just what's being shown to me. You know, with this 9 here again, it's like she's not letting the cycle close out. You know, not just that, but you see these 3 different segments and shit. She's trying to build sort of like a structure with this guy. So like, this can be symbolic of like a business structure, you know, family structure. You know, it can be like everything in between as well. But she's still trying to establish something with this dude, like a unit. And this is showing me that it's not going to be fruitful. You know, yeah, they're going to have things happening, you know what I mean? But it's showing me it's not going to be good in the long run. It's going to be short-lived. But that was the reading. It was very ghetto, I guess. But thank you for watching. Please press the thumbs up button, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about this. Thank you very much. Bye.